What's going on, guys? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day wherever you are. So the topic for today is going to be Alibaba stock, right? More specifically, the Alibaba earnings that is going to come in 2 days, right? So I think this information is going to be really useful before the earnings call, less useful after the earnings call, still useful but less useful. Of course, if you're watching for the first time, obviously none of this is financial advice. I'm just some random guy on the internet giving my opinion. So I actually have a very low risk and high return kind of strategy at the end of the video. So stay tuned, right? But I think you should go through some of the information that I'm talking about to understand why I'm making such a short-term predictions, right? Because it's really not for me, short-term predictions, because most people often get it wrong, right? But I think I have very high conviction when it comes to this particular short-term prediction because of overwhelming evidence, and also people are not talking about it, and the strategy, the risk is very low, right? So today is the 16th and the Baba earnings are going to come out on November the 18th, right? So if you want the bottom line is going to be, I don't think Alibaba's earnings are going to be as good as projected because of all these factors that I'm going to cover. And at the end of the video, I'm also going to talk about a strategy that you can use to potentially earn some money from this information. So first of all, it's the China crackdown on tech, right? So I think people should already know this by now because it's out since September 2nd. So China's increasingly powerful cybersecurity regulator said last Friday, released sweeping draft rules for regulating use of so-called recommended algorithms, right? So if you know anything about all these big tech companies, so something that has been really used to the tune of perfection over the past 10 years is algorithms, right? And these algorithms basically build a profile for you and know what you want. So that's how they sell more and more to you, right? Maybe you only need some 10 minutes of screen time of advertisement or 2-3 advertisements before you buy something, because it's so personalized, right? Instead of them showing you dog products when you clearly don't even have a dog. After you post about dogs on your social media, they know you're into dogs, then they will advertise stuff like that to you, right? So second thing, that's the technology helping tech companies from e-commerce giants, Alibaba to TikTok owner ByteDance build up their multi-billion-dollar businesses, right? And I think ByteDance is the epitome of using algorithms to perfection, right? They can literally tell using 15-second videos what you like and what you don't like, right? And I think that's a very powerful algorithm. So the world is watching. The proposed rules, if passed, might require companies to restructure their businesses and give regulators access to information, right? And I think this already passed, so it really doesn't matter. It's not like we're waiting on it anymore. It already passed. So I'm going to show you how this is affecting Alibaba's businesses, right? So second of all, Apple's new policy requires apps to ask users if they want to be tracked. Many users have opted out of tracking by popular apps, right? So I think this is the bigger point, because you can see that in Facebook's last earnings call, they said that actually this Apple change, right, might have cost them upwards of 10 billion of revenue, right? Don't quote me on that, but I think it's in the past year. So we can see that this is actually a very big effect, right? And actually what affects Facebook actually affects Alibaba indirectly, very directly, sorry, not indirectly, because Alibaba is very dependent on Facebook. A lot of people are very dependent on Facebook to sell their Alibaba products because they create funnels. Those people doing e-commerce to make money just as a hustle, they use a lot of Alibaba's products because it's cheap, it's from China, and you can just basically take it, mark it up, and do drop shipping with it. So let's look at some numbers, right? We can see that Alibaba's monthly visits have been going down since June and July, right? This period, right? And we can see striking similarities within all these e-commerce websites. So you can see that it's going down from 100 million to now 94 million from, sorry about this. So next is Tmall, and Tmall is also owned by Alibaba. They went from a peak of 130 million to a trough of 110 million, and then they bounced back another 12 million users, right? So this is all users. This is SimilarWeb. It's a extension that can help you check how many users are on a specific platform or website, right? So why do you ask that there's this 12 million spike in users? Is because of the Singles Day on 11/11. It's a very big shopping event in China, so that's why you can clearly see there's a big spike, right? So I expect it after that to continue trending down as well, right? Until it normalizes. So next is Lazada. This is Alibaba's arm, which is they basically invested in this company, and this is the basically Alibaba's presence in the Southeast Asian region, right? So we can see that from July again, they went from 15 million to 12 million. So not as insignificant drop, right? And then you can see that across the board, they are losing about 10 to 15% of users, or 10 to 20%. And next is Shopee, right? And why is Shopee important? It's not owned by Alibaba, but it's Alibaba's competition in Southeast Asia, owned by C Group, right? And you can see the same thing, June to October, we can see that it went from 61 million to 51 million users, right? So losing 20% of your users does not bode really well, right? And next is Tokopedia. So this is also partially owned by Alibaba, and it's in Indonesia, right? So we can see the effects here as well, 165 million to 150 million. So I think the effect on Tokopedia is much more muted because let's be honest, Indonesia, they don't really care about all this privacy too much yet, because they are not like developed nations. They have other problems to worry about, and also they are growing very fast, right? Their population and all is growing very fast. So what is the significance of this? This information tells me that, you know, the Apple privacy changes that hit Facebook hard is also hitting Alibaba hard, because Facebook sellers can no longer target as efficiently. Maybe instead of 5 ads last time to get a conversion, now you need 20 or something like that. Basically the same person to look at the ad, instead of 5 times, now you need it. Let's just use a more realistic example. Now you need 12 times. So basically you can see that advertising will cost more and more, right? And when advertising costs more and more, sales are going down, people will be less inclined to advertise and do this kind of business. So what is a potential action to take on your stock? So let's say you already own Alibaba stock. If it was me and I already own Alibaba stock, I would not be selling out at this point, because I still think that earnings, until they figure out how to sort through this Apple privacy changes, then it will continue growing after that, right? But to this point, they probably don't know how to cope with it yet, but I think they'll figure it out down the line. And also the price is already, as you can see, reflecting very, let's just use the past 5 years, and you can see that the price is already reflecting very, very bearish sentiment, right? Which I think it may go down some more. I have no idea where the stock is going in the short term, but in the long term, I think it's still a very good company with a huge moat, right? So let's say you have some spare money sitting on the side. Should you just wait to buy the dip if it drops to 2 days from now, or can you take some action? And I'm glad you asked, because actually you can take some action. Okay, I'm going to explain some options, but before that, make sure to help me smash up the like button, because, you know, this is information that people are not covering, right? And I think this is incredibly important information that can really affect your investing decisions, right? So an option strategy would be selling put options, right? Covered put options. And basically what that means is, let's say Alibaba stock is at 166 now. So if you anticipate that it's going to drop, what you will do is you sell put options, covered put options. Let's say you have 5,000 in cash, just an example. So 5,000 in cash. And you can actually sell options which are like insurance contracts. I'm not going to go through step by step. If you're interested to do a strategy, I think you need more research than some guy on YouTube talking, right? But you can basically sell a 150 put option. You can go through all the data and all that yourself. I'm not really an options expert. I just see a view of doing it. And basically what happens is, if the Alibaba price goes below 150, it's likely that you will get exercise. But what's the good thing? Rather than just waiting with your $5,000, you can actually get a premium of maybe just an example would be $200. So now you have $5,200. So what happens if Alibaba goes up? Yeah, you miss out some gains, but from the data that we're seeing, it's more likely that they continue going down. And then if they go down and you buy at 150 and you have $200 to buy some extra stock, that will be very good for you, right? So actually the worst thing that can happen is you sell this put option, and basically the stock price goes up and you miss out on those potential gains. But at least with the information that you have, because we can't predict perfectly where the stock market is going, what this stock is going to do, right? So the question is, has this $166 price in all these declines yet? And I honestly do not know, but if you have a strategy like this, you can just make the premiums if you are right and you get exercise. That's the ideal scenario for you. If not, the price shoots up and you make the premium. So either way, a win-win strategy. So that's about all I wanted to share today. Thank you very much for watching till the very end of the video. If you did enjoy the video, do help me smash up the like button just like this. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button and press the bell button and press all for notifications. And if you did enjoy this video, I think you'll enjoy one of the 3 videos listed at the end screen of this video. With that being said, have a fantastic day ahead and peace out.